Okay, good evening everyone. The topic that I wanted to discuss today was small doses in big lessons. So essentially what that means is how you chunk down a really broad, massive topic and make it simple, manageable, engaging, and effective for students. Just go back to the previous slide, please. I represent an organization named Lingueo, which is predominantly French students. And what most of my students come to me for is to learn about travel English. And travel is one of those topics that's very, very broad. And I've sort of come up with a system by which I can make their learning more manageable, as well as getting them to practice the skills that they've learned, as well as streamlining things and just making it an easier journey for both me and them. So I'm going to make my session quite interactive, so I'm going to ask you guys some questions and get you guys to participate a little bit as well, but we'll see how we go. Okay, any reasons why some people might want to learn travel English? Just a show of hands, anybody? Yep, of course. When they travel, how will English be useful for them? Yep. To buy stuff? Yep. Order food. Anything else? They may work. I never thought of that. That's a good one. They might work in the travel industry. Yep. Find friends. Yep. Absolutely. So let's look at all the reasons why people do actually learn travel English. So even though it says 50%, 60% of students actually they learn it to survive in English-speaking countries. So all these people want to go to England, America, whatever, and just even for 2 weeks or something, they want to be able to converse with native English speakers. 30% of people are actually seasoned business travelers. So for them, what you teach them in terms of conversational English is a very different set of vocabulary, very different set of activities. And there are some people who actually learn travel English to actually post on travel blogs and to post on social media about their travel experiences. I don't know why that's not coming up, but yeah, there we go, writing travel experiences. So you've got about, the ratios are a little bit incorrect here. So 60% of people actually, they do it for that reason. All right, let's move on to the next one now. Now, a good way to actually start off by, to start teaching the students is by a little bit of goal setting. And how you can do that is by this framework that I have come up with is having a topic, an activity, and a language focus. And you can decide that in any order. So if, say, the student says, I want to focus on vocabulary, you can say, okay, the language focus is vocabulary, then you can work backwards, and you can say, I'll do this activity with you to learn the vocabulary, and this is the broad topic that it will come under. And you can do that for many, many different things. Now, it's a different story when you have both a group setting as well as individual classes. So in a group setting, even if you don't have or do have a curriculum framework, what you can do is go on SurveyMonkey and have a bunch of questions that students can answer. Then you can now, once you get a response from them and get some results, you can tailor-make your curriculum and your lesson plans based on what the students want. It's much easier when you're in like one-on-one or small groups to do it in type form. Then you can get a more detailed picture of what exactly they're looking for in terms of what they want to achieve in terms of learning travel English. Okay, what I normally do with my students is I get them to, just as a starting point, like a little icebreaker, I get them to do a mind map. So I say to them, okay, when you hear the word travel, what are the things that you think of? So some will say airport, some will say passport, some will say luggage, so some will say flights or whatever. So many, many different things, and even souvenirs for that matter, for some pretty advanced students. Right, for my beginner level students, I normally put a picture like this. And they straight away know that this is actually in an airport. And then that sort of elicits a big bunch of vocabulary words. And the next one I've got here is for more intermediate and upper intermediate students. So what they will do is, I've now come up with something that sort of gets them to come up with a synonym. So similar sounding words or different types of words that represent travel, and to get them to do a little mix and match, and use those words to fill up over here. Now, bear in mind that if it's business English, it will be a very, very different story. And generally, those students tend to be more on the intermediate and upper intermediate side or advanced side. Another little lesson I tried with my students is this one, which was a comprehension section. But if someone can read this, can anyone tell me what exactly I'm trying to cover? which aspect of grammar apply? Phrasal verbs, that's it. Yep, phrasal verbs is what I'm trying to learn, because that student wanted me to cover phrasal verbs. And I thought, okay, let's marry the two of them together. Let's look at travel and phrasal verbs. Okay. The next step obviously is comprehension. So they obviously have grammar, and you've done the vocabulary now. It's a question of getting them to apply it. So I've put on, some excerpts from that blog, some different blog posts. I've got 10 reasons to travel to Morocco, and then what you can do is come up with a bunch of questions with that. For very, very beginner level students, you just show them the picture. That sort of gets them to do some amount of talking. For more advanced students, you can talk about even travel insurance. So what that's about, what it covers, and things like that. Okay, now, very important. Whatever you do, you have to have a conversational or a communication-based activity in every single lesson of yours. And so, just a little bit of input from you guys. What are some conversational lessons that might be useful for travel English? Yep. Yes. What kind of dialogue? In what situation? In what scenario? That's it. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Good answer. Anyone? Anything else?
I'm stuck in Hong Kong airport.
Awesome, correction. Good one. This is English, guys.
Why are the police beating me?
Alright, I've got some pictures here. I'll quickly show you what it is. So I've got a lady, one here that shows how to book hotels, how you speak to your friends, how you go speak to a travel agent. Again, what the gentleman over there mentioned about how to reserve flights, and if you have problems with flights, how to resolve that. And this is for business English. And finally, because I'm really short of time, the next one will obviously be written English and a bunch of activities you do with them. So obviously in this one, what we call the less control practice. We can do a bunch of things like discussion and debates on topics such as sustainable travel, comparing and analyzing travel insurance policies based on vocabulary, writing reviews on places visited, restaurants that people have gone to, sharing travel experiences, and one of the things I always got my students to do is to plan an itinerary in groups or individually. So you can do these either in class or you can do them in give to students as homework. It's usually a 6 to 8 week module, and you can use all these different apps that have been recommended by EAT. So you've got your startup, you've got your roadmap, you've got your EAP. Just remember that in this one it's classified by level, the next one is classified by A2, B1, the framework that Peter just talked about. And obviously in the last one, it's going to be about grammar, vocabulary, listening, and all that. So that's essentially it. So if you have any questions about how I've done this, you can apply this to any topic. It doesn't have to be travel, it can be anything. So any other topic that you're teaching your students. That's really broad. That's a good way to chunk it down. But yeah, if you have any questions, just come and see me.
We'll take one now. Any questions about how Shweta applies that? Concise questions. Okay, thank you, Shweta. Thank you.